You make one mistake. One. And the voice in your head doesn't say, that's okay, you're learning. It says, you're so stupid. Why do you always do this? Everyone probably noticed. You're embarrassing. And here's the thing. If your best friend made that same mistake, you would never, ever talk to them like that. You tell them it's fine, that everyone messes up, that it's not a big deal. So why does the cruelest voice you hear all day long belong to you? That's what we're talking about today. Hello, brave friend, and welcome to the listening place. Before we get started, I would like to introduce you to the star of our show and my beautiful co-host. This is Miss Zelda Fitzgerald. She is my 2-year-old emotional support animal who brings me great comfort and joy and who refuses to allow me to be hard on myself. Your inner critic, or that voice that might say unkind things to you, is not keeping you in check or keeping you in line. It's activating a stress response that your brain interprets as a real physical threat. Something a lot of people don't know is that either internal or external, any type of threat, verbal, physical, or otherwise, is interpreted by your brain as a real physical attack, and your nervous system reacts appropriately. So when you criticize yourself harshly, your brain doesn't really know that it's an external threat or internal, just that it is one. So when you are self-criticizing, you're activating the body's threat response, which raises cortisol and adrenaline, which then makes your heart rate go up. This is the same physiological reaction that you would have if you were actually in danger. Self-compassion, by contrast, helps activate your body's caregiving system, which releases a chemical called oxytocin, and this lowers your stress hormones. This means that harsh inner voice that you have is not really supposed to be a neutral background presence for you. Every time it fires at you, your body responds as if something is attacking you, because really, as far as your nervous system knows, something is. That voice isn't just unpleasant, it's literally putting your whole body into threat mode over and over all day. That has a cost, a real physical one. Something important to know is self-criticism and self-improvement are not the same thing, and only one of them actually works for you. Many teens believe that if they are really hard on themselves, it'll keep them motivated and prevent them from getting lazy or complacent. Surprisingly, self-criticism is actually linked to procrastination, lower motivation, giving up sooner, not better performance. So self-criticism is actually doing the opposite of what one would hope it would do. There's a very sharp distinction between self-reflection, like what happened and what can I learn, and self-attack, which is something like saying, I'm terrible because this happened. One is a mirror, which is self-reflection. The other is the punishment, the self-attack. Only the mirror or reflection actually helps you to grow because you can see it, whereas the punishment just makes you afraid to look at what you're doing or your progress in it. A lot of people think being hard on themselves is what makes them try harder. It's actually the opposite. Again, when one will help you to grow while the other just makes you scared to try. I'm going to tell you something that might surprise you because it did me when I learned it. That harsh voice of your inner critic usually isn't even yours originally. It's borrowed, meaning the inner critic is from other people's voices in your childhood. It could be a parent, a teacher, a coach, or it could just be a broad tone of the environment that you're living in. Over time, that external voice of the other person becomes so automatic that it feels like it's simply just you or your own actual honest assessment of yourself. You have to remember that is not your voice. It's a recording, and recordings can be changed and replaced. Recognizing that your harshest inner voice might have started as someone else's words is often the first step in realizing that you don't have to keep playing it on loop. That voice in your head is something someone said to you a long time ago. You are allowed to ignore them and stop playing it. Trust me when I say I know how hard it is to quiet this voice, but you can do it. There's a test that you can perform on yourself called the "What would I say to a friend" test. When you notice that you're talking to yourself harshly, having that negative self-talk, pause and ask yourself, what would you say to a friend who was going through the same exact thing? Then say that to yourself instead. The technique doesn't require believing something false about yourself. It just requires that you apply the same standard of care and fairness to yourself that you would apply to your friends. So here's a tool that you can use today. The next time you hear that harsh voice, just pause and ask yourself, what would I say to my best friend? Then say that to yourself, out loud if you can. Trust me when I say it will feel weird at first, and that's normal, but you already have a kind voice. You use it on everyone else. This is just time that you use it on yourself. Something important to understand is that your brain will literally believe anything you say to it. It trusts your voice more than anyone else's because it's the most familiar. So using kind and compassionate words for yourself will help your brain to believe it faster. We all know these words that are absolute, meaning always, never, everyone. I'm such a fill in the blank. There's a very specific pattern that can distinguish harmful self-criticism from fair self-reflection, like that mirror we talked about earlier. Harsh self-talk tends to use those absolutes or the all or nothing language, like, I always mess up. I'm never going to get this right. Everyone noticed. This attacks your character rather than addressing your specific behaviors. Learning to notice these words like again, always, never, everyone is one of the fastest ways for you to catch your inner critic in the act, because those words are almost never literally true. Start listening to those certain words in your head. Those are red flags. Nobody always does anything, and everyone doesn't notice. When you catch those words, it's your inner critic talking, not the truth. You have this great ability to separate the mistake from your identity. So instead of saying, I am wrong, say, I did something wrong. And we have these two emotions called guilt and shame. Guilt is tied to specific actions and can motivate fixing things, while shame typically attacks the whole self, which can cause withdrawal or the desire to give up. And there's this difference between guilt, like I did something horrible, and shame, I am horrible. Those who can locate their mistake in a specific moment rather than letting it define their entire identity can show much better emotional recovery and are more likely to address the problem. When you make a mistake, try to keep it small and specific, like I handled that conversation badly, not I am a bad person. Struggling, failing, and getting things wrong is not something that's only happening to you. It's the most universal human experience that there is. There's this researcher named Kristin Neff, who is a self-compassion researcher, and she identifies something called common humanity as one of the 3 core components of self-compassion. Essentially, it's just that the recognition of imperfection, failure, and difficulty are all part of the shared human experience. It's not evidence that you're uniquely broken. Harsh self-talk feeds off of isolation, meaning you feel that everyone else has it together and you're the only one. But that is almost always false. Almost no one has it together. One of the things that makes the harsh voice loud is the feeling that you're the only one and that everyone else has it figured out and you're the exception. And I need you to know that that's not true. Every single person your age is messing up, feeling embarrassed and being hard on themselves about something. You're not uniquely behind. You're just being honest about something everyone else is hiding too. A common fear, and one that I myself experienced, is that being kind to yourself means you become lazy or complacent, or you're letting yourself off the hook. When in actuality, self-compassion gives you the possibility to keep trying. Being compassionate or kind with yourself is associated with greater resilience, lower anxiety, and depression. Mainly, this is because people who treat themselves with kindness after a problem or a setback are less afraid of failure and more willing to try again, because that harsh self-critic is not being loud, mean, or making you want to avoid future risk altogether. Self-compassion is what actually allows you to keep going, to keep trying, keep growing. And I want to be really clear about something. Being kinder to yourself doesn't mean you're lowering your standards or not caring anymore. It's actually the opposite. The kinder you are to yourself when things go wrong, the less scared you are of things going wrong, which means you're more willing to keep trying. Self-compassion and kind talk is not the easy way out. It's what makes it possible to keep going at all. Before I go, I want to say something to that voice we talked about at the beginning and to you underneath it. If you spent years being your own harshest critic, I know that voice feels like it's protecting you. Like if you stop being hard on yourself, something will fall apart. But I promise you, you can hold high standards and still be kind to yourself when you fall short of them. Those aren't opposites. The version of you that talks to yourself with patience, the way you talk to someone you love, that version isn't weaker. That version is going to go further because they won't be too afraid to keep trying. The next time you hear that voice, try asking, would I say this to someone I love? If the answer is no, you're allowed to put it down. You've been carrying it long enough. In the comments below, tell me what's something your inner critic says to you that you would never say to a friend. If the video helped you today, please consider liking and subscribing to our channel for future content. And if you know someone who might benefit from this video, please forward it along. Thank you for visiting us today at the Listening Place. Remember who you are, remember what you stand for, and return with honor. All right, you sleepy, exhausted pup. Here she is, sleeping. She's exhausted. We're running a marathon today. That must be why she's so tired.